My name is Randy Howell, and you're listening to the Faith and Fishing Podcast.
Welcome to the Faith and Fishing Podcast. I'm Cam.
And I'm Robert. In every episode, we're bringing you faith stories and fishing memories from some amazing members of the fishing community.
So join us as we shed a positive light on all things faith and fishing. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Faith and Fishing Podcast. I'm Cam, and this week I am going to be your only host. My co-host Robert is not going to be joining us tonight. He is hopefully sound asleep right now. He is exhausted, pulling in a lot of double shifts at work right now. Had a bit of a scheduling nightmare that he's having to deal with. So prayers go out to everybody involved there. But yeah, we are chugging along on the podcast. I wanted to thank everyone who was listening. We only have one more state until every state in the United States has listened to the podcast. So if you know anybody from South Dakota, go ahead and send them a link. Don't tell them what it is. Just send them a link, have them click on it, and have them listen to an episode so that we have all 50 states covered. We recently, I think it was this week, we hit somebody from Wyoming. So thank you to whoever it is that is listening from Wyoming. That is awesome. But we are excited to hit that 50 mark on the states. But we are going to have a fantastic returning guest this episode. So stay tuned. We're gonna run a couple ads real quick, thank a couple sponsors, and then we are going to get our guest introduced. If a fly rod is your weapon of choice, check out Outdoorz. Their fly caddy is the most convenient way to get your favorite flies to the water, or just keep them handy by clipping it to your hat, truck visor, backpack, rod case, or just whatever. You can also bundle it up with flies from independent fly tires that Outdoorz has teamed up with through their Fly Light project. Choose from bundles specializing in redfish, carp, saltwater, or freshwater. Head over to outdoorz.co, that's ATOLLAS.co, to get your fly caddy today and use promo code FAITHANDFISH15 to save 15% on your order. That's faith the letter N, fish the number 15 at checkout for 15% off. Few things ruin your day on the water as bad as losing gear. But with the retrieval devices for fishing rods, action cams, bow fishing bows, and more from Savior Outdoors, you don't have to let dropping your stuff ruin your day because you can get it back. The pressure-sensitive filter keeps water from rain and quick dips in the water out, but it lets water in when your gear goes overboard to release a float attached to your gear by 60 feet of line so you can get it back. Go to SaviorOutdoors.com to learn more and try some for yourself, and use promo code FNFP15 to save 15% on your order. That's SAVUROutdoors.com and promo code FNFP15. All right, so this week we are joined by a returning guest, one that is such a favorite, in fact, that we have a quoted T-shirt that it was based off of a quote that he had on the podcast, and I am excited to have him on. After we finished our last podcast, he said, "Now, I don't want this to be something that you just, I never hear from you again." And I will say that I'm happy to say that I call Lonnie a friend, and I am happy to introduce Mr. Lonnie Ellerbe. Lonnie Ellerbe, welcome back to the show, brother.
Hey, what's going on, Cam? Glad to be back again. Heck yeah. Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, for anyone who has not heard your other episodes on the show, kind of give us a quick introduction of who Lonnie Ellerbe is.
My name's of course Lonnie Ellerbe. I'm the founder of Dreamworks Outdoorz. I'm just a local hometown guy. I wield full time and everything, and I just got a knack for the outdoors. And I just want everybody to experience it, and so that's just I think that's what my purpose is. So, I just want everybody to experience some of the things I did or I've seen, or where, they might want to go outside and might want to go fishing or hunting or anything outdoors related. But good, clean cut guy. Just want to have fun, smile, but just the basics, man.
Absolutely. So I want to kind of get a quick get us caught up with you too, because man, you've done a little bit of everything since the last time you were on. I mean, everything from you're riding in rodeos now.
Yeah.
You're doing stand-up comedy.
Yes, sir.
You
and
are
I won.
what?
And I won.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So kind of get us caught up to what's been going on with you, brother.
To be honest with you, like I just turned 31 and I'm on. It's like I got a spark, man. It's like I need to do more. I need to just make more people happy. I just want to set a good tone for everybody. Like I woke up one day, no lie, man. I woke up and I told my girlfriend, I said, you know what? I want to ride a bull. And she said, what? And I said, I'm going to find out where I can ride a bull, and I'm riding today. And she was like, okay. Now, keep in mind, it's a Wednesday. I got to work the next day. Found a place. It was about 45 minutes away. I went, signed the papers. That was like, you sure you want to get on? I was like, I don't want to get on no play one. I want to get on one. So the man was like, the older guy, he says, I like him. Put him on a good one. And I was like, see, he's the man. He knows what he's talking about. Put me on him. So I'm scared. It's the most scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I don't know what I was thinking, but I did it. Fell off, waved at everybody, was like, appreciate it, went to work. You know what I'm saying? So like it just didn't do anything for me. So do stand-up comedy, I'll win. It just didn't do anything. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want to live. I just want to do stuff, and I don't want to waste no time just thinking about stuff like that. Go do it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to just be outside. Just let's do stuff. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. And I'm gonna apologize real quick for the hound. That's our spaniel hound mix that we've got out there barking at the neighbor dog.
He's all right. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Luckily the beagle didn't join in. Whenever she goes. She's got a voice on her. But yeah, I wanted to get an update on Dreamworks too, because Dreamworks Outdoorz, you mentioned that the last time you were on, and I think you primarily focus on working with youth and kids, and kind of get us caught up to where Dreamworks is and what's going on there.
I've been at first, Dreamworks has just been more personal, people, hands-on, stuff like that. But I'm really trying to take it to the next level, because I've noticed a lot of the traditions are leaving, and it's scaring me. Like going to a turkey shoot. If people have been or got turkey shoots around, little kids running around watching their dad shoot, stuff like that. They never seen a deer get cleaned. They never ran around and played while everybody's sitting around and the barrel's rolling with fire or whatever. And just experience it. And a lot of parents, they might not have both parents in the household. They might not have nobody to even know about the outdoors or whatever. And I feel like that's my place. I just feel like I'm supposed to be there for them, because most kids that I tend to or whatever, or that I've took, they're hooked. They call me Mr. Ellerbe like I'm an old man, and I like it. They be like, Mr. Ellerbe, you gonna take me hunting again? And I'd be like, man, if that ain't the sweetest thing, I'd be like, sure. You know what I mean? So, like, it's awesome to me. And, you know, I just want to give everybody a chance and everything. So now I said the best way I can do that is I started having public events. This has all been pretty much it. The first time was all out of pocket pretty much. But, you know, that's with prizes and games and food or whatever, just to give somebody a chance to come out, you know what I mean? But this time I've had a good little bit of sponsors. I think we've raised almost $450 this time, which is good, which is great, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm blessed, and I'm nervous for my next one, but it's not gonna stop. This time I got a buddy from Knight's Bait and Tackle. He's a good buddy of mine. He started his own bait shop. He makes rubber worms and soft plastics, all that. And he's going to come and teach about his stuff like that and how he makes them. And then I got a guy, he makes quality deer calls and turkey calls, and he's going to come and demonstrate how to use the calls and give some out and maybe have like a little calling contest and stuff. So we're just trying to get it all. It's so much to learn about hunting and fishing. It's going to take a lot of time, you know, to hit everything, but that's my goal. I just want to get everybody out there, let everybody see.
Absolutely. So, let's talk about that. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to have you on, was for this workshop. So, kind of give everybody, if you kind of gave us the quick rundown, but kind of break it down. Like, what are the age ranges that you're looking at having here? Like, how much does it cost? What do you get out of that? Like, kind of break down the day. What are the times, the dates, all that good stuff. While you're talking, I'm going to pull up the flyer real quick that you've got up. But go for it, brother.
All right. But yeah, this will be the second Dreamworks Outdoorz Youth Workshop. And starting time is at 11. I'll maybe 11:15 or whatever. You can come. It's $25 per kid. And when that includes food, a goodie bag, which could have tackle boxes, flashlights, binoculars, anything hunting and fishing related. We'll make them a big goodie bag. We'll get them a custom shirt made with their size and everything, that says Dreamworks Outdoorz Youth Workshop team player. So it's well over 25, and everybody there, when you come in and you get a ticket, you draw a ticket at the door, everybody's automatically entered in a drawing, and everybody wins something. Not one person is not going to win something. Like, it could be like one guy won drones and all kind of stuff. So that's going to be, usually I start around 11 till about 12:30. That's the more classroom. We're sitting around talking, introducing myself, actually learning the kids, getting to know their names and stuff. And after that, 12:30, everybody will leave from there, go across to the gym. That's where everything will be, all the extracurricular stuff, where they'll be learning how to throw cast rods and how to line rods and how to use deer calls, and it's just the whole gym. You can fluctuate back and forth wherever you want to go after the whole gym, because I rented the whole gym. So it's just, they got enough space they can spread out, they can have fun, and that's going to be from around 12:30 to 2 o'clock. We're thinking about getting a little bit more time. If it seems like more people are going to come, we're going to probably extend it so we have a little bit more time. But yeah, you get to win all kind of stuff. You get to meet some cool people. I got some really great guys coming. Game wardens come. A couple game wardens are going to come talk and introduce themselves. So that's pretty much the gist. Oh, and food. You can come eat. We got a guy, my buddy, he's going to make some great food. You can come eat it if you don't even want to do anything. So that's also a plus. I'm just going to have a couple local guys, local vendors there too, selling sweets and whatever knickknacks they got. So you can come support those, support my buddies also. But yeah, but if y'all would like to come, I would like for y'all to show up. And if you can't come this time, this is not the last time. I'll be having it again. I don't plan on stopping as long as the Lord allows it. And yeah, even if you're not local, we can make some accommodations. I want Dreamworks youth workshops all over. I want them all over. So yeah, until then, I guess, that's about the gist of it right there. I can probably get it a little bit more fine-tuned, but I am doing this pretty much solely alone, and it's a little tough, so y'all bear with me and everything, but it's a learning process, and I intend to get better,
Absolutely. And I mean, this is only your second one, but what is crazy to me is this one is October 14th. And when was the first one?
The first one was August. No, wait. It was September something. I can't remember. September 11th or something like that. It wasn't that long ago.
So a month later, you're already doing another one.
Yeah, I can't stop.
You've already added this much to it and gotten this much more. I mean, like you said, this is a learning process. This thing's going to get better and better. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of this. This is one of those episodes, y'all, that if you're listening on the podcast, you might want to check out the YouTube on this one just so that you can see the flyer on this. But even if you are someone that would just prefer to go to the show notes, I'm going to have links to Dreamworks Outdoorz and Lonnie on all of his social media stuff. Go ahead, click on those links and check out this. If you're anywhere near Eastern North Carolina, go check this out. I mean, it's got something for everybody, and I mean, everything from tying knots to casting to lining the rods to, like you said,
everything. Just outdoors.
Learning how to use a duck call or deer call or whatever. I mean, this is the stuff right here, y'all. And Lonnie, he's mentioned it a couple times, but that he just likes to make people smile. But he's got that contagious smile that it's like you can't help but smile whenever you're talking to him and whenever you're around him. So, definitely check this one out. We are going to continue to share it and everything. And I know I said that once we got done with the episode, you were free to go, Lonnie, but stick around for just a little bit. I want to run something by you, whenever we get done. But y'all make sure that you check this one out. So that's where Dreamworks is. That's what is going on in Lonnie's personal stuff. Whenever we had you on the podcast last, I think that you had gotten saved like 7 months prior.
Yes.
So what has your faith journey been like since you were on the podcast last?
Man, I'm going to tell you. All right. So I think I had whatever my life test was. It was really bad here recently. Like right before the youth event, I was shambles. I didn't have it. Lost it for I didn't want to go hunting. I didn't want to go fishing. Lost it. And, I thought about backtracking into my old lifestyle and everything. And everybody was like, look, you got the event in 2 days. And I'm like, man, I can't do it. I'm stressing. Ain't nobody calling me back. I can't do it. This is not going to work. And nobody don't help me. My parents think it's just blah, blah, blah. I was like, I give up. And I cried about it. And I woke up that morning, and I promise you, 20 minutes prior, I got up out of bed. 20 minutes before I got up out of bed, and I was like, God, if it just to let me do it. And I just did it. Somehow I ended up, and I had a good time. And, after that, I was like, it's okay. So I went and tried my buddy's church. It was a different church, whatever. He invited me a couple times, and so I trusted him, and I went, and I actually had a good time. And it actually helped because, it kind of put me back in the headspace that I needed. I'm not perfect. I'm trying my best to be the best man I can be in. I know I got some growing to do, and it's a learning process, but I want to be the best I can be in. So, that's about pretty much the gist of where I'm at. But, I still got a lot of faith. I got a whole lot I got way more faith than I got doubt. So as long as I got that, I'm in there. I don't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? But I hope to God I'm breathing. As long as I take a breath, I got it. I'll do whatever he wants me to do. So it's just a process. I'm trying, man.
Absolutely, man. My listeners know, I was a youth pastor for almost 5 years, and I've been involved in youth group and stuff since I was in youth group,
Right.
And I've noticed that right before something special happens, right before something happens where you are just like at the peak, and right when you're closest to God, right before that,
right there,
it's almost, I would say it's almost always a deep valley right before you get there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I'm not going to sit here and proclaim to know the ins and outs of the spiritual world. So I don't know if it's, God like preparing you for that, or if it is like, or if it's Satan.
Just natural.
Satan knows that you're getting ready to get to this point, so he wants to attack you and make it to where you don't want to try to get up that hill, you don't want to get up that mountain, or you feel like you can't.
Right.
But something I want to point out is you got what seems to be a really, really good core set of friends there that kept encouraging you to keep going and reminding you, hey, you've got this that means a lot to you, and that you've got people counting on you. You've got this going on. Like, you can't give up on this yet.
Right.
So I want to encourage you, if you're listening, that find yourself those friends. Surround yourself with those kinds of people that are going to continually push you. They know what your dreams are. They know what your goals are, and they are continuously pushing you towards those. And whenever they see you backtracking and on the verge of giving up, they're going to give you that extra push. Whether your goals are, losing weight, surround yourself with the people who are going to look at you. I've got a guy at work that he looks at me whenever I'm eating, and if I'm sitting there and I'm eating a salad, he comes up to me, gives me a fist bump. He says, "That's good stuff, man. That's
It's good stuff."
But whenever he looks over and he sees me eating a slice of piece, he's like, "Cam, you got goals, and that piece is not going to get you there, man."
Yeah.
Having those kinds of people in your life, no matter what it is, no matter what those goals are, having those kinds of people in your life is important. And it sounds like you've got a pretty solid core set of friends there. And I want to encourage you, and I want to encourage the listeners, find those guys or find those people and hang on to them.
Right.
But yeah, man. And I guess we gotta ask you too, how has the fishing been this year, man? I guess it's been, I didn't even look. I guess it's been a couple years since you've been on. So how's the fishing been?
Man, like, remember I told you I had been going through a funk where I just hadn't been fishing, but I did go. actually, crazy story, man. I would have won the biggest catfish tournament on this side of the state. I actually rented an Airbnb for my sister at Lake Tillery in Albemarle, North Carolina, and I went. And my dad, he went out there. There's a dock back there and everything, and he went and he was using red worms. They don't know nothing about fishing that much, but he was using red worms, and he was catching 8, 9 pound 8, 9 pound blues, like 10, 11 of them. I said, ain't no way in the world you catching 10 pound. Ain't no way. He said, yes, I am, Lonnie. I said, I'll be there in an hour. So I get there the next day. They were there Friday night. I get there at Saturday morning at 11 a.m. I walk down there that he's about to leave, and I see the fish, and I'm like, dang, y'all did pretty good. I said, well, y'all throw a brim out there or something big? They were like, no, we ain't have nothing. So I said, oh my God, y'all catch a fish like this? I'm about to throw a brim out there. I'm about to catch a stud. I fished all through everybody's docks. I caught one shell cracker, about that big. And I cut them up. I had about 5 or 6 pieces. First cast. Throwed it out there. I turned my back. My dad said, you pole. I turned around. It was like that right there. I was like, hey, set the hook. I said, oh, I got a nice one. It was about 37 pounds. So I said, okay, cool. My dad left from 11 o'clock that morning. From 11 o'clock that morning to the next nighttime at 3 or 4 in the morning. In the pouring rain, I caught 52 catfish, none under 20 pounds. When I look, that sounds crazy. And when I told my buddies, they were like, you're lying. I told everybody on my Facebook, if anybody's fishing a Tillery tournament, I got the hole, I'm going to win it. That's $10,000 now. So I called one of my buddies. I tell him, I pinged my location to him because I didn't know how to get there from the water. So I pinged my location. He comes or whatever. So he was like, yeah, I got it, man. I got it. We're going to fish here in 2 months. We're going to fish. 2 months get by. I call him. I'm like, hey, man, I'm on the way to your house or whatever. He was like, all right, cool. I'm here. I get there. He ain't there. He says, I called him. He says, I'm already gone. I thought you wasn't coming. I said, bro, I've been talking to you all day. And he was like, well, I didn't have all the money and everything anyways. So I went with my buddy. I said, man, I'll pay your way. Turn around. We'll go. We talked about this. He was like, well, I'm already too far. I said, Brandon, please don't do this. I said, please, God, don't do this. He said, I promise you I won't fish a hole. I won't go or nothing. I said, Brandon, you got my boat, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do this, bro. Like, and so he says he didn't go. So I paid one of my best friends. I paid him $40, cashed out him $40. I said, go to this location. Now I got to tell 2 people my whole amount. So like, I said, just go. He goes and records a video of him. They fished right beside him, recorded 2 videos of them catching 2 flatheads, 240. One was like 44, one was like 47, and won the biggest catfish tournament in North Carolina for $9,700, and then a whole bunch of kicker stuff. Bro, every sponsor there that you could need is there at this catfish tournament. They don't got no brands. They don't got no nothing. They just up there, just got to get all just happy. And I'm like, and you know what? They wouldn't answer my phone calls, and I went to weigh in. I drove an hour and a half just to be there at 7 in the morning when they walked out of the boat. And I was like, I could not sleep because God told me this was, you were going to win. I said it, you're going to win. I called them at 1 in the morning, right when they were catching that one. And I called them at like 4 in the morning. And while they're out having fun, I can't sleep. I'm like, bro, y'all about to catch another one. Sure enough, they catch another one. But it makes me really upset. It makes me mad because, like, you know, as a fisherman, that would hurt, man. And dude, they're counting thousands in my face, just like, and I'm like, yo, bro, so what are we going to do? Is y'all going to give me $10 or what? And they just looked down. And I said, I was like, man, look, bro, You took 3 guys, not just you. You took 2 other guys to my hole. That's 3 guys that know my hole now. A lifetime hole, and y'all won $9,700, and you wouldn't give me $5. So, like I told them, it's not even about that. I'll find another hole. But that would have been. I would have won. I would have won, bro. I would have won. I was.
Yes, you would have.
I was gonna win. But next year I got another hole, and I ain't told nobody about it. So you just wait. You wait. Give me the next year around August, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a trophy.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. Like, because people like Lonnie and myself, we're typically open books. We want to help people catch fish. We love watching other people catch fish, but I will hand you the bait that I'm using, but I'm not going to give you my GPS coordinates. I'm sorry.
I say, look, I did it though. But now I would never do it again, man. I'll never do it again. But it's okay. I learned my lesson.
And I tell y'all what, anytime that you hear Lonnie say, man, look, you know you are getting ready to get a story and a half.
Hey, I'm telling you, I like that right there. Just country, man. Just country to the bone.
All right, man. Well, we've kind of got caught up with you. So I know you and I know me. So I know that if we keep going too long, once we get into the what's your favorite segment, it's going to be even longer. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to thank a couple of sponsors, and then we're going to jump into what's your favorite. So we will get that started right after this.
All right.
Mr. B Lure Company is making high-quality handcrafted lures and has been for 30 years, right here in the U.S. Using all-metal components, owner and gamakatsu hooks, and silicone or frog hair skirts, Mr. B is pumping out some awesome spinner baits, jigs, buzz baits, underspins, and more, including some of the most unique bladed jigs on the market. To fill up your tackle box, go to MrBLureCompany.com, that's MRBLureCompany.com, and use promo code FaithAndFishingPod1X10 at checkout to save 10% on your first order. That's Faith the letter N, Fish the letter N, P-O-D, so Faith and Fishing Pod, just like our Instagram handle, 1X10.
A huge selection and crazy fast shipping is already enough to turn heads as an online tackle shop, but Omnia Fishing sets themselves apart with their ambassador program. With Omnia, you can send in fishing reports for your local lakes that recommend baits, structure, tactics, and gear. And when another angler takes your advice and purchases something from your report, you get credit for it to spend at Omnia. The best part means that with Omnia Fishing, you can shop by lake and purchase baits and gear that are proven to work where you're fishing. To get started, go to OmniaFishing.com and use promo code FNF15 to save 15% on your first order.
All right. Lonnie, you've been on the show before. You've gone through this before, so you know how it works. We'll ask you your favorite in a few different categories. And we're going to start with, what is your favorite character from the Bible?
David.
David. Good choice, man. Why David?
My mama always told me growing up, she was like, you remind me of David. And it kind of just stuck. I was like, you just never give up. I always kind of got a little fight in me. And my obstacles are usually always bigger than me. So I don't really, I've been like that since a little kid. And so that's definitely 100%. I didn't have to think about that one. It's definitely David.
So I think I know which one you are, but which David do you think you are? You think you're the David and Goliath David whenever he was a kid? You think you were the Bathsheba David who was a little bit scandalous, or you think you're the dancing in the streets naked David?
It's funny. Now that you say that, I want to say all of them, but I think I'm more David and Goliath, David, because that's just me to the heart. I'm just, what I'm saying, pure. Try to the most part, just that's just me. That's just me. I think that's me. Yeah.
All right. Absolutely. All right. Do you have a favorite translation of the Bible? So like King James, New International, like NIV.
I'm not 100% savvy with my Bible verses, but my mama, I'm gonna go back to my mama because she was a minister for like 12 years. So one day she put it in my wallet and I found it and I was like, Matthew something. And I was like, I went to go read it and it was something along the lines, I posted about it. It was like that, it's like God gives like certain strengths and talents to some people, but he might give you one and he might give the next man 3 and he might give the next man 100 talents. But whatever if you got 100 talents, he's gonna he believes that you're strong enough to where you can handle 100 talents. Like he puts the right amount. I can't explain it, what I'm saying, but I know my mom was like, the reason why me having a whole bunch of gifts and talents and things I'm good at is not a curse. It's actually, God telling me that, I can handle it and he's got a lot for me, in the future. So it's something like that, but I might be a little wrong, but you might have to like clarify that up. But yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Earlier in the episode, whenever you were talking about how you just felt like this is what you were supposed to do with getting people out in the outdoors, teaching kids, that kind of stuff. I wanted to say, in Christianese, what we call that? We call that a calling. So yeah, you're being called to do that.
Yeah.
But all right, your favorite book of the Bible?
I don't really have a favorite, but I should have a favorite. What you think? What's your favorite? I want to know. You always ask me.
My favorite book of the Bible is Philippians.
Okay.
Philippians has a lot of, it's got a lot of encouragement and a lot of, just a lot of good stuff. It's got my favorite Bible verse is don't be anxious about anything, but pray about everything. And the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will guard your heart in Christ Jesus. That's in Philippians. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me is in Philippians.
Philippians sounds pretty lit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. They got the whole section there that was talking about Jesus's humility and being humble. Amongst like being a humble person, talking about how Jesus was, being in very nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped. Like he didn't care if he was on the same level as God, even though he was God. He became obedient to death, even death on a cross. So, Philippians is my favorite, and it's not a very long book of the Bible, but it's packed full of some good stuff.
I'm gonna have to read it.
Oh, I definitely encourage you to do it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's hop over to some fishing stuff here. Your favorite time of day to fish?
I like to fish midday. Like I like hottest parts of the day, from 11 to 3 is my favorite. That's my big fish bite time.
Okay. You're not the first person to say that. I've heard that from a few different people, and I would say it's true for me too. In terms of the big fish bite. The other time of day that I hear people say big fish bite is middle of the night. So,
night fishing is so fun. That's my thing.
And I guess it depends on what you're fishing for too. Like, I mean, if you're fishing for catfish, it's hard to go up against a night fishing for catfish.
Yeah. You're right.
For sure. So you are a midday person too.
Yeah.
That is I like it. All
That's
right,
fine.
let's see. Sorry, my questions disappeared here. I got to turn my phone back on.
Nah, you good.
Your favorite lure color? So let's kind of
black.
say bass, black.
Okay, we're gonna go black. Black. I call everything off of black.
Okay.
That or watermelon seed. That watermelon seed or black, I can about fish them two in any color I need. Oh, and white. Yeah, and white. But no. Certain time of year, you get January to about March, whenever or April when they starting to post up for spawning and everything. I use like my more darker colors or whatever, or red. But anyways, I got all kinds of stuff. But my favorite is definitely all around is a black zoom trick worm. That's it, black zoom trick worm.
Okay. So like straight black, no fleck or black and blue or anything like that, just black.
Just black. That does me.
Absolutely, I like it. What are you fishing that black zoom trick worm on? Are you Texas rigging that shaky head? What are you doing?
Actually, man, when it's cold and I'm trying to get them and I'm trying to get their little finicky on the bite, I'll wacky style. I'll just wacky rig just a regular zoom trick worm. Finesse it on light line, maybe like 10-pound test line, and just be real finessey with it, set my drag good. A little bit once it start warming up a little bit. I might do like a 16th ounce or like a 16th ounce bullet weight, something not too heavy, not too I can bounce it pretty good. And then after that, I'll lighten it up. The later it gets in the season, the lighter I'll make my lure. You know what I mean? I'll lighten it up and I'll just use nothing but just trick worm, hook, and I'll finesse. I like to finesse fish a lot. I like my action to be there. I don't want no 20-pound test line on a trick worm and ain't got no action. I want that thing to do like it's supposed to do.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
So on your wacky rigs, on the wacky rig trick worm, are you using a weighted wacky rig, or you just using a little bit bigger hook? Or because I'm thinking like the trick worm floats, so like my typical wacky hooks are a little too light.
Right. So here's what I do about that. If you actually take a hook and stick it through a couple of times, just poke holes through your black trick worm, just a couple, it's gonna sink. I don't know if it messes up the integrity of it or something, but you can throw it right there and it's gonna naturally start sinking. Now you match that with like a 4/0 hook and you do it right and you get the right angle for it, man, they don't mind. They're gonna smoke it in dark water. Any kind of dark water, they're gonna smoke it before they know. And if they even put their little lips on it, they're hooked. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's usually how I do it. I don't use rubber bands. I don't use none of that. I'm pretty old school. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I can do with a stick, line, and hook, that's about what I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And whenever you jump down to the 16th ounce and lighter, what kind of line are you throwing it on?
Actually they got this I like that Seaguar 12-pound or 10-pound, and I run them on my duckets, 7-foot duckets. I got my Curados, a couple Curados that I like throwing and everything, but like I said, I like a light setup. Medium, I never go medium heavy, nothing. Like ain't nothing in the water that I need to set the hook that hard. Like I need a little bit of bend, because I've lost so many fish off of heavy rods, and because my hook set's too dangerous, man. Braid, I'll hook one by 7 pounds with braid. I'm snapping on the hook set. Like, I mean, I'm like, yo, I got 30-pound braid on here. How did I snap the hook? Because it's just too much. Like it just breaks at the knot. So I switched, completely threw away all my braid. No more braid, no more fishing, nothing but monofilament and light line. It's got a little bit of stretch to it. So you meet a good one out there, you meet it with a medium rod. That's the perfect amount of bend, just enough to set it in his lip, and I got all my fight. Oh man, that's my go-to now. People are like, yo, you're not gonna catch nothing with 10-pound test line. I'm like, put your money where your mouth is.
Oh
Yeah.
man, my finesse setup for like Ned rigs and stuff, I'm using 6-pound. So
You tough, bro. You gonna get one and be upset. Yeah, you gonna be upset, bro. I can see it now. He's like, I got a stud. He's doing me all kind of ways.
yeah, I mean, it's just with those little hooks and the Ned rigs, you know, anything heavier than like 8-pound, I'm bending them out. So yeah, I hear you though.
Yeah.
I'm a power fisherman through and through, so I don't pick up that finesse setup unless I'm having a bad day.
Right, right. You ready to try to hurt something? Yeah. Oh, you letting all the treble hooks catch them. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's jump into some fun questions here. So, your favorite pizza topping?
My favorite pizza topping. I like pineapples, man. Yeah, I like pineapples, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just something about the pineapples that does it make me feel like I'm on vacation.
That's what I'm talking about right there. I love pineapple on pizza.
Heck yeah.
100%. 100%.
I think we might be a little weird, but I take it. It's pretty good. I think whoever the first person to try it.
That's a genius right there.
Yeah, for real. That's ahead of his time.
Yeah, man. I will say, you know, I wait with bated breath on these food questions because I'm not a judgmental person, but if you start talking about some crazy food stuff, I'm gonna judge you a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You tell me that your favorite fishing snack is Vienna sausages, I'm gonna give you the side eye.
Yeah, what? Vienna's for a fishing snack? I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's a tough one. That's a hunting snack.
I've tried to use it for bait before, but that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, I have too. I ain't catching nothing, but I've seen people catch them.
I've heard it's good for channel cats, but
yeah, same. And bring them, like they say, you can take little pieces and catch brim with them, but I ain't never did it.
All right, and last but certainly not least, your favorite TV show of all time?
River Monsters.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the River Monsters all day long.
Wade.
Yeah, I tried to call him.
Biologist and extreme fisherman.
Yeah, I tried to call him. And I didn't know he don't live over here. His number got a plus sign in it. I didn't know. It's like plus sign 011. I know for a fact, because I tried to call it, and because I had a story for him. That's another thing. At Blue Falls of Petey River, everybody knows about it. It's got some of the biggest catfish around, and there's a story everybody knows about it that the scuba divers, airplane actually crashed there, and the scuba divers had to go to recover the plane and recover the people. And to this day, everybody knows the same story. Everybody, they came up and they were like, "Look, man, we want to help, but we can't. It's fish down there as big as cars down there." And so, everybody's like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? You're lying." But they're like, "No, bro. There's catfish eyeballs as big like baseballs." And they were like, "We are not going back down." That is in newspaper articles and everything. So you know how that goes. So we were out there one day. It was me and 3 people paddling. Well, me and 2 other guys, Steven and my buddy Mitchell, and we're paddling, and I see 2 little sets of ears going by. Here's a little about an 80-pound doe, just just getting along. And man, I'm wild. I'm like, let's catch the deer. We out here in the middle of the river. That deer is got, bud. We're about to catch this deer. I didn't know deer got webbed feet or something, because I'm telling you, when I say we couldn't catch this deer in the water, I said, how we lose
Deer
this deer?
fast in the water, man.
Yeah, so the deer goes on land, right? I said, well, I guess we'll fish right here. I'm not paddling all the way back. All of a sudden, the deer comes back in the water and comes right by us. I'm like, yo, don't even put the anchor down. Here it is, coming straight to us. So it's kind of like angling away. And we were about 10 yards away. I promise you, all of us at the same time said the same thing. All right, so imagine imagine a body of water, and the doe's neck is only about that wide. So it's making a V line about like that. Ears skint back, and it's just the solid motion. So I'm like, the V line on the neck's only that wide. All of a sudden, from this angle like this, a V line probably, it was wider, way wider than that. It was so fast, like, to it. And by the time we're all looking right at the deer. We're like, oh my God, what is it? And by the time we was like, what is that? The deer like flips up and falls in the water, like a couple feet out the water. And we all seen it. It was a long gray body, dark gray body with like a white belly, and the teeth protrude. The teeth was like it was like not that far protruded, but like it tried to grab it. Like, we was like, what is that? So whole time, no lie, bro, my buddy in the middle has my phone. He's supposed to be recording everything. He's like, I got it all on video, boys. I said, forget fishing. Let's go to the bank. We about to go viral. I got the whole video. We just saw a deer get hit by a fish at Blue Falls. We're going viral. We get to the bank. We scoot up. We're jumping out. We ain't even all the way out the water yet. We're going to the bank. And I'm like, all right. So we're all like this. We're all like, huddled up, looking at the phone like this. Now, let me tell you what this dude did. He took a selfie going like this. In my dang on video. He took a selfie, bro, going in my video, bro. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He said, I didn't know. I thought that the button was, he's like 50 years old, man. And he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I said, Mitchell, that was it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to call Jeremy Wade and to tell him about the story that happened, how we saw a deer get hit by some kind of fish, and we don't know what it was. And I would like for him to come out there and fish, but I sent him about 15 emails and whatever. I never got through to him, but I tried it though. I tried it. But that's a real story, bro. That's a real honest story. I wish they were here with me right beside me right now, because I could go in the other room and they'll tell you the same story. It was crazy, man. That's a deer, bro. A deer. Like, I mean, it really hit it. They, Duke Energy, the power company that does the tests on the water and stuff around here, they said that it wasn't uncommon for bull sharks to come down from the ocean and just be in that waterway, because that's the last dam before the ocean, before it goes up again. So they're like, it's possible. And it could be, but all I know is they tried to hit a deer, and I at the time, I don't weigh but 150 something pounds. I look like that deer going across there, so that's what scared me. Heck no, I'd never swim out there again.
Yeah, I'll have to tell my dad to make sure to listen to that, because I remember him, telling me stories of watching guys fishing the PD with tuna rigs, catching catfish.
Yeah,
like tuna rigs. Like,
but how?
Say what?
But I wonder how, because I think they do something like that. I've heard of people doing that. But they're doing it on the kayak kind of, and they kind of like do like a bumping kind of rig, like a bumping rig. They'll just float with it and kind of the whole way down the river and pick up big cats off of artificial lures. So
these guys were like using like 3-pound shad as bait and like right there at the falls or right there at the dam.
Yeah.
Trying to get those monster catfish with their tuna rigs. But
that's where it's at, bro. Oh, my go-to, if you look at any of my catfishing videos, or any of my pictures, if you look at my rods and you won't see a single weight on my rod. I freeline everything. You go to dead pool, yeah, hey, I know it. To this day, people want to see. You'll see me posting pictures with catfish on duckets because them boys go and they'll try to fish with those big old catfish rods or whatever. But it's about the sin, man. You get a shad about maybe a few inches long, and you throw that thing out there on a baitcaster, like nice and smooth out there, and you got 12-pound test line, and it's just like that right there, and it ain't even hitting them. But by the time he hit the bottom, your line is gone. I mean, he's gone, and you're loosening and dragging. Like, okay, huh? And then you're like, yeah, I got a nice one. Meanwhile, these guys over here got about 50 rods, and I'm killing them back to back to back. It's because it's the descent, man. A lot of catfish don't sit on the bottom always. They be midways just cruising. So throwing free line and you'll catch it. Anything. You see one in the first 5 foot, he'll go and get it. If he next 5 feet, another group might hit it. Man, you do that all day. That's how you pick your numbers up, man. And I'll fish with 1 or 2 rods, free lining for catfish below the dam. That's my goal. That's my secret trick, and I don't care who do it because you don't know where the spot's at that I'm going. So if y'all listening, haven't listened, know that I'll be fishing at Blue Falls or whatever, you can try it. It works.
For sure. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that catfish are really efficient predators.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you've got the flatheads that will sit in one place on the bottom pretty often in current and pick off bluegill and stuff.
Right.
But like blue cats, they're almost like pelagic predators that they're the middle of the water column and they got big mouths and they're eating
everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we are going to start wrapping up here. We're getting close to the hour mark. What is other than, obviously you've got the workshop, but other than that, what do you have coming up next for Dreamworks?
I know I'm gonna try to keep my events going in the next every 6 weeks. I'm gonna try to have an event, 2 months tops, so I can, make it bigger and everything. But I'm going to just start my content. I'm going to start keeping my content up to date and fresh. And I'm going to start trying to see if I can get some videos edited and stuff like that where people will be more interested in stuff like that. But we're going to do a little bit. We're going to try to do a little bit of different stuff. Like I'm going to try to kill a deer with a spear this year. I'm going to try to do
you said with a spear?
Yeah. Yeah. I know those weighted spears. I think I can do it, bro. I climbed up the other day, 30 foot. I felt safe. You know what I mean? And that's all I need. That's up there. 30 feet, that's up there. And so I think I can do it, bro. I think I can do it. And I'm going to try it. But I got a doe factory, and it's a bunch of does, and they'll walk right up tree hug. So I'm going to try it. And if I get it, that's a cool thing.
You're just going to drop it.
Yeah, I'm going to drop it. You don't throw or nothing. You just center it, and you put your head on the end of the rod. You put the tip of your head on the rod, and you look down, and it should be nose. The tip should be nose to the sharp point, and you just look, and it'll just, and the slice them up bad. And I mean, I'm so excited. Like I'm ready to watch it. I'm ready to watch this because they say that it goes through. Like it really goes through. I mean, I felt one. It's kind of got an edge on it, but they said no. When it's falling from that far, they said that when it stick, it goes all the way through. So hopefully, I'll be able to get some cool footage of that. And I killed my first squirrel with a blow dart last year, though. I think you might have seen that picture. Yeah. It took him like 20 minutes to die, bro. Like, I felt so horrible. I was like, that's a good shot. I felt like I was freaking, what's that dude? Dang, it's my favorite hunter, man. He's Ted Nugent. Yeah, I felt like I was Ted Nugent out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm going to give you a minute to, shout out sponsors, supporters, anybody you want to say thank you to.
Okay. I want to shout out my buddy Brent Smith at Live and Direct Outdoors. He does guided hunting, guided fishing, catfishing trips and everything, and we've been dealing with each other for years. Brandon Knight at Knight's Bait and Tackle. He's here in Lombard. He's opened up a local shop or whatever. Got some of the best soft plastics. If you ever get interested or whatever, you can get up with me, or you can look him up on Facebook. We got the Weekend Warrior Trading Co. Harley a lot there. Great guy. Owns the clothing store. Gave me a good break. Even let me put some apparel in the store. Richard Parrish at Dreamworks Inc. He's been a good help. What else we got? Oh, Traditional Outdoors. John Lampley. He's a good guy too. That's the guy that makes the deer calls and turkey calls. Great guy. He's going to be out there. Going to be doing some stuff with us. Just one more. That's one more, and I feel like that's bad if I don't say something. It is.
I've got your flyer right here pulled up.
Yeah. Let me see. It's one more. I got Live and Direct.
There's XLV Sunshine Print.
Oh, yeah. XLV Sunshine Print. Okay, yeah, my buddy Zong Vang. That's my actual t-shirt maker. He does usually my stuff like that, puzzles, puzzles, koozies, tumblers, whatever. That's pretty much my merchandise guy from day one. So, yeah, definitely a big shout out to him.
Okay. And then you got a Dixon Heating and Air up here too.
Dixon Heating and Air for sure. This guy, I'm gonna shout him out anyways. I don't really know much about him. I posted I needed sponsors, and if anybody wanted to donate, and he randomly sent $250 to my Cash App, and I was like, that's really dope. And I asked him if I could get his logo to promote him and everything. So it's just a random guy. I don't know too much about him, but he says he likes what I'm doing. So, Dixon Heating in there, I appreciate you too and everything.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's about it.
All right. And if people want to follow along with your adventures, maybe they want to donate to Dreamworks Outdoors, they want to watch videos or see your content, how do they follow you?
You can look me up on YouTube at Mr. Dreamworks Outdoors, like my brand. You can look up Mr. Dreamworks Outdoors, or you can look up Dreamworks Outdoors or anything like that of the sort, and it's going to be me holding a big catfish. You can find me on Facebook, my personal page, Lonnie Ellerbe, but I have an actual Dreamworks page, Dreamworks Outdoors, same thing. You'll find me on there. I did have an Instagram, but I'm planning on getting that back and running where I have some content on there. But YouTube, Mr. Dreamworks Outdoors. Facebook, Dreamworks Outdoors. Outdoors with a Z. Can't mess it up. That's it. Outdoors with a Z. And but yeah, that's how you can get in touch with me if you need anything. And I check my messages on the regular on my my business page. So if you have any questions or anybody has any questions or anything, I'll get back to them as quick as I can.
Absolutely. And I want to encourage everybody, go to the Faith and Fishing store. We have a t-shirt that has a quote from Lonnie. Y'all have heard me say it before. Just make being a good person a priority. And I'll tell you what, if you purchase a just make being a good person a priority shirt from here on out, any proceeds that I get from that are going to go to Dreamworks Outdoors. So it may not be a lot, but it may be a lot. Like y'all,
you never know.
It's up to y'all. Y'all go to the store and do this. Whatever proceeds come off of that shirt are going to be taking and teaching kids fishing.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So y'all make sure to go check that out. I should have worn mine tonight. I was wearing my Total shirt instead.
Yeah,
but,
you got one?
Yeah, I've got one.
Man.
It's a little worn out, and a little small.
Because you wore it. It's okay. I gotta get mine. Yeah, I gotta definitely get mine. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Lonnie, thank you so much for coming back on the show, man. And I'm gonna have Lonnie's links in the show notes, and so that y'all can check that out. If you were listening before the 14th of October, that's 2023. You know, if you're listening to this in 2026, I'm sorry you've missed this one.
Yeah.
But be sure to check out Dreamworks Outdoorz, because there might be another one coming up.
Right.
So be sure to check them out. But Lonnie, thank you so much for coming back on the show. It's been a blast as usual, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me again. Hopefully it ain't the last time. Shouldn't be.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
Get Outdoors Pedal and Paddle is one of the largest canoe, kayak, and cycling retailers in the Southeast, with a huge selection of kayaks, canoes, bikes, and all the accessories needed to experience paddling and cycling comfortably and safely. Get Outdoors helps to expand and educate the paddling community through their free demos held on local lakes in the Greensboro, North Carolina area, and through in-store clinics and on-the-water courses and demos. And we'll even get your new boat rigged up for kayak fishing for you. Stop by the shop in Greensboro, North Carolina, or check out shopgetoutdoors.com to be wowed by their selection.
If finesse fishing is your comfort zone, something you want to learn better this year, or just something you like to tie on as a Hail Mary pass, Jade's Jigs has everything you need and more, and it's all eco-friendly and lead-free. With an awesome selection of baits and colors, they've got a variety of techniques covered for you. Finesse jigs, underspins, Nico weights, Ned rigs, and more are all waiting for you at jadesjigs.com. And while you're there, use promo code FNF10 for 10% off your purchase. That's jadesjigs.com and promo code FNF10 for 10% off. All right, another huge thank you to Lonnie for coming on the show and talking up the workshop that he's doing for our youth, and just kind of getting us caught up with where he is in his life, and it's always a blast when we have him on the show. If you want to follow along with him, like I said earlier, I'll leave all of his links in the show notes. Be sure to go over there and check that out. And if you're listening to this before that workshop, be sure to go check that out. Get your kids signed up, ages 6 and up. $25. You get, like he said, nobody leaves without a prize. You get food, there's games, all kinds of stuff to do. So, be sure to check that out. That's all I've got for this episode. So let's go ahead. Let's close it out in prayer, and we'll close this thing out. God, thank you so much for this podcast and for this opportunity to, get the word out of things that are happening for the kids in our community, and getting them out in the outdoors. Thank you so much for Lonnie and what he means to me, what he means to this podcast, what he means to so many people. And thank you for what he is doing with the kids in our community and in the outdoors community. Thank you for Dreamworks Outdoorz and the reach that it has. Pray that you continue to grow Dreamworks and continue to put on a show in and through Lonnie's life. Pray for this specific Dreamworks Outdoorz Youth Workshop in October. God, I pray that you take the reins on this one and just light it up. Make it just a spectacular event, and pray that you put on a show in these kids' lives. And pray that you be with all the vendors, be with all the ones who are doing any kind of workshop or teaching or people who are just volunteering. Thank you for everyone who has donated. Pray that you continue to put it on people's hearts to reach out and help Lonnie and Dreamworks, and pray that you meet whoever it is that's listening to this right now, no matter when it is, whether they're getting ready to join in on this workshop or whether they're listening to it 10 years from now. God, I thank you for this person, and I pray that you meet them where they are. And pray that you give them what they need through our words and through Lonnie's testimony, God. God, we love you, and it is in Jesus' name that we pray all this. Amen. All right, that's going to do it for this episode, y'all. Y'all take care, and God bless. Thank you for listening to the Faith in Fishing podcast. Faith in Fishing is produced and hosted by Cam Steele and Robert Randolph, and is sponsored by Savior Outdoors, Jay's Jigs, Get Outdoors Pedal and Paddle, Mr. B Lure Company, Atollas, and Omnia Fishing. Don't forget to join the Facebook community, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe, rate, and review us on whatever app you're listening on. That's going to do it for this episode. Y'all take care, and God bless.